Islam only one. I'm uploading the what's now going to be the first video on religious tolerance because while I was uploading it, while it's chugging away, doing its little 010101, which actually kind of sums up atheism and monotheism, while it's turning into zeros and ones to become a video, I was thinking about the metaphor of each religion being a different stained glass window through which people look at the sun, the divine God. And I was sort of following that metaphor, and I was thinking, when it comes to religious intolerance and religious conflict, people are staring at their windows and comparing their windows to one another, and they're forgetting that the window is meant to be looked through, not at. And so instead of looking through their own window and each other's windows, they're just looking at the windows, and they're forgetting about the divine. That it's really just a lens to the divine. So I was thinking, well, what's the best way if you have a window that allows you to look at the sun? What's the best way to offer your window to someone else? And I think that's really the best way to do it, is to simply offer it and say, well, look at the sun through this window, because this window shows many beautiful things about the sun. Because the sun, if it's light, if it's pure light, you don't see colors. And stained glass will show you very different colors which are within the light, and show you the variety, kind of like the almost the unfolding of the universe. Maybe that can be a metaphor for the creation of the universe, even. So where was I going? I'm sorry, I got lost in the image, lost in my. I was staring at my window again, and I forgot where I was going. So I think the best way is just to offer. We offer our windows to other people and say, look at the sun through this window, look at the truth through this window, or look at God through this window, and as you say, no compulsion, and it's interesting. I mean, people's windows will be different. I mean, some people maybe their window doesn't have a particular beautiful color, Maybe it does. Maybe it's lacking a color. I mean, every window will be lacking some colors because there's an infinite variety of colors. But there may be a big color lacking. I've found beautiful things in all the religions. For instance, that Daddy Chang's video on True Islam. Some of those sayings, which I think are. I don't know if they're from the Quran, maybe they're from the Hadith, but that's saying that there's a reward in heaven for any kindness that you do to an animal. That's something beautiful. That's beautiful. And in Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita, the scene where Vishnu, where Arjuna, the warrior who's doubting whether he can battle, where Arjuna says, Vishnu, show me your universal form, and Shiva says, okay, I will manifest myself rather than in my human form. I'll manifest myself in my universal form. That is an incredible passage where this terrifying form of beauty is unveiled, with the universe just spilling forth. I mean, it really reminds me of some of these photographs from space where you have entire galaxies passing through one another. Just incredible, And Christianity has some beautiful messages about love, They all have. I mean, I have never found a religion that is full of just, pure ugliness, I mean, there is always something beautiful to find, And there's something beautiful in atheism and agnosticism too. The beauty of approaching the world bravely, facing the world bravely with no guarantee of immortality, no guarantee of meaning, no guarantee of purpose, no guarantees. That it takes a certain type of moral character, courage to live that way. And there are other beauties, of course, that come with reason and logic, but those are shared by the religions as well. Those are not definitely not unique to atheism or agnosticism. With religions, I think with religious systems in general, I think the problem really is that people stare at the window and forget. They basically, what generally happens is people are so convinced that their window is the only window that they give you the window. If you're an atheist or an agnostic, they say, here's my window, this is the true window, and unless you're looking at God through this window, but they're staring at the window, then you're lost, and so you must not only use this window to look at the divine, but you must limit yourself to the forms that we have, that our wise people or our mystics or our prophets or, the people who have communicated, God has communicated with, who have had a vision of God, the forms that they have etched and on this window, those are the only true valuable, true and valuable, valid forms through which you should approach the divine and all of life. And they try to basically limit and contain your freedom in your thought and your experience of the divine. So it's almost like being forced into the window and just stare blankly at it as if it were opaque glass, as if it were just a pure, what are opaque colors? White's opaque. Black can be opaque, but I think black is depth, infinite depth, but that's a whole other topic, what colors represent symbolically. But, so they present you with really an opaque window. It's almost like the glass is painted over, and they say, confine yourself to this, which is where I, rebel and just basically say, no, I won't confine myself. I can't confine myself to that because the truth is greater than that, and I just can't confine myself. And the whole problem is people they're not keeping the glass clear and transparent, and they're forgetting to look through the glass. And there's something beautiful in everybody's window, to look through at, and it's beautiful to not have a window too. Maybe that's the analogy for atheists and agnostics, being windowless, and not containing it. That'll fall apart, I know. That metaphor will fall apart. But anyway, I just wanted to elaborate those thoughts because I think they're really interesting. I like the metaphor, and I think there's more to be drawn from this rich metaphor. In fact, I'm going to make a window out of this metaphor. Actually, I guess that's what a metaphor is. A nice little tiny window. Okay, I've gone too far. You take care, kiddo. Love you. Bye-bye.